Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of Scores of Disorder, Avatar Legends, actual play podcast. How are you all doing today?
Doing all right. Your audio is not coming through too well, buddy.
Let's see.
And Justin, you seem to be muted.
Yeah, Justin isn't coming through at all.
We're doing great, guys.
Yeah, what a team. What a team we got here.
How am I sounding now?
You're sounding so nice.
Like,
Really?
impeccable.
Oh my god.
Heck
The
yeah.
greatest. You're Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande combined.
Oh no.
Can I tell you what the
What?
problem was? When
What
I
was the problem?
came into StreamYard, I set my mic and then it just decided to set it to something else.
Classic. It does that to me.
Nope. I don't like
It does
those
that to me
settings.
constantly,
Danny.
actually.
Give us a clean intro.
So like clean, like I'm not allowed to curse.
Okay, well,
Well-
now you have to give me another clean intro because that was not a clean intro.
Hello, welcome to episode 8 of Scars of Disorder, our Avatar Legends podcast. For those of you watching, you might notice that we're down one party member. One row was unable to make it, but we should expect her in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes, because we're not meeting that hectic week of Thanksgiving, not
Between
Thanksgiving, of
Christmas
New
and New
Year's.
Year's.
That is just not something we want to do.
No idea what's
I
going
like
on.
how you did the classic of just mashing all of the holidays at the end of the year together because it does.
That's
feel
how it feels,
It's- yeah.
right? Yeah.
Every year it comes in screaming.
I
one
feel
might
like-
say.
It feels like Thanksgiving was a week ago for the past month.
Yes.
How's a holiday prep going for you all?
We've got boxes on boxes on boxes.
Heck yeah. Do you guys do like just mass gift ordering on Amazon? Because that's sort of what my mom's doing right now.
Right now,
Like-
dude.
Like, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Also, didn't you guys already do your Christmas thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say we did family Christmas this past weekend, so that was some stress, but it's over now.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's moments like that that remind me how much of an introvert I am. Because like even like Danny and Mia ended up staying at my place the entire weekend, and I love them. I love hanging out with them. And then they left, and I'm like, I could go to this Puerto Rican restaurant to go play board games, like to play D&D tonight, but I need a night alone of just
You like
quiet
detox.
aloneness, and it was lovely.
I'm glad you had a good time, buddy.
I love it.
Yeah, I do not do bulk orders on Amazon to answer your question. There's a couple of things I order from Amazon. There's a couple of things get from stores and whatnot. Some things happened last minute, but this year we're pretty much locked in, ready to give gifts. I gotta wrap them. But
Does Sky listen to this podcast? Can you reveal what you got, Sky?
Sky does not listen to this podcast.
What? Oh, Sky.
Yeah,
It's such a
What's
high
that
opinion of
tea?
you.
Yeah, I know. It goes right out the window. So, yeah, I got her. So, I don't know if you guys have heard of Sugoi Mart. It's one of those Japanese box order things. It's basically like, hey, we'll sell you Japan stuff for a huge markup, and
Like, much
you're
like
gonna-
Japanese candy and like
yeah, you're gonna love it. And I got a deal through some like coupons and codes and whatnot. And I was already ordering a like advent calendar from them. So I was like, oh, I might as well throw some stuff on here. And I got like a cool little kimono thing.
Mm.
And which is more of like a bathrobe. It's not like a full-on kimono. And like a matching, like, because it's like a sakura kimono, like a matching sakura cup. I thought that was
Cute.
cool. So she's a very big fan of pink. So the sakura blossoms and styles are right up that alley. So
There you go.
Well, now that I know she likes pink, my opinion goes right back up.
Yeah, see? It's always a roller coaster. Just kidding. I love my wife. She's
I was
fantastic.
about to say, no, just take that back, man.
I'm not doing,
Smooth
I'm not
sailing.
doing the I hate my wife bit ever. I'm never that guy.
I think it's unfunny as well.
It's just not.
no.
I have no idea what you all are talking about, and I think that's fine.
I think it's starting to die, which is really nice.
It is. It's
Yeah,
a good
that's
trend
good.
that's dying for sure.
It's a good thing that I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Hey, my
Yes.
wife.
You should.
my wife
love
is
your
great.
partner.
So what you
That's
guys are
it.
talking about?
That's
Like,
the
hey,
whole.
my wife is a wonderful human being.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Awesome.
What about you, Danny? You getting anyone Christmas gifts?
So yeah, I got so we did Secret Santa, and so I was bound
Yes.
to buying a Christmas gift. I got my sister's boyfriend a bag, a wearable container of some kind. I already forgot what it was.
Wow. All right.
I got my other sister's boyfriend.
I'm sorry. So something was
Evian,
happening
huh?
in the background. Did you say you got somebody a wearable container?
That is exactly what he said.
Oh,
And he
This is a
then
bag, sir.
followed up with, "I can't remember." And I just want to be clear: this happened less than a week ago.
There was a lot.
By
that was
one
happening,
day, it was
okay?
basically a week.
I got my other sister's boyfriend a little hero crafting card game that Nick and I know very well. Justin also knows it. It's a hero crafting card game called Evian.
It's so
I
good.
got from the Illusionist and Saint.
Set. It's a set. Of course.
You know what's funny is I
Justin!
think for as much as you guys all love Evian, I don't think we've ever talked about it on the podcast at all,
I don't
Yeah.
think we have. Yeah,
which is
It's-
wild
I'm-
to me.
I'm proud of
And
us.
you
It is kind of
and
funny.
Nick and Johnny have not been looking for every opportunity to talk about this game.
Well, we're kind of concerned with our own things going on here, but yeah, we
Yeah.
really love
Maybe-
Evian.
Maybe we'll find some time. You know, once I start my Evian Twitch stream.
You could do that whenever, Danny. We
I
would.
can do that.
sorry. I'm searching
last-
a wearable container right now.
Still trying to sleuth that one out.
The last gift that I got was kind of a re-gift. It was a Tamagotchi for my sister because I had gotten her a Tamagotchi on her birthday in July, and she killed it. She didn't kill it; she lost it. So I just bought her another one. I was like, "Don't kill this one."
There you go.
I don't know if she
If you lose a
deserves that.
Tamagotchi-
All right.
If you lose a Tamagotchi, it's almost inevitable that it died. So
Well, yeah, that's true. And sad.
yeah,
If you lose any child, then you're probably not going to do hot. You know.
Sam, what does the holiday season look like over at your place?
That's a
Gifts.
bunch of boxes.
I know you've got people listening, so you got to be a little discreet.
I know we. I don't know if you all are familiar with this, but in my family, we got cousins, and then their cousins got cousins, and my wife's family got cousins and cousins and cousins, and then with that comes aunties and uncles, and all up and down. Just everybody's related. So we do a couple of family gatherings where we gather together, eat a lot of food, and it's just incredible fun. We do a white elephant swamp,
Nice.
which my wife tells me that our family does completely wrong, and this is the way that I was raised.
Yeah.
But the first year when she was dating me and came to the Christmas party and was hanging out, being well put together and presentable, and all those things, she came home from the white elephant with a broken floppy disk holder that somebody had put into the mix. And she was like, "This is the worst gift ever." And I'm like, "That's about par for the course, honestly." And she was like, "Your family is wrong."
I was about to ask that of you too, because some people play White Elephant and they get actually good gifts. I always think it's much funnier to get a piece of junk.
I mean, it should be a bad gift, but I don't think
Yeah.
it should be something straight up broken. I feel like that's like
There's
it
an
should
in
be
between for sure.
technically functional. Like
yeah.
just a CD holder unto itself is a good white elephant gift because who buys CDs anymore? The answer is
Yeah.
me. I still buy physical media. People don't do that. So like, I don't know about a broken one, but
No, Nick, floppy disk.
Oh, that's even better though. It's not. But then again, why is it broken? I don't like what. Who's gonna use it? Again, it would be me. I would use it, but
She's crumbling in the background right now.
I feel like a used like working floppy disk might get expensive though. Like there might be like collectors and like
No,
tech
this
people,
was
like-
a case. This was literally a piece of
it's just
plastic.
a holder.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's
That also is broken.
Sorry, we've spent far too much time on this. I fear
I
divorce.
don't think we spent enough.
anyway, I'm with Sam and his family. I think White Elephant should be for not legitimate gifts, but for gifts that are like, this is okay, thank you, I guess.
I remember back when we still went to church, at our youth group, someone gave a live rat in a box with holes in it.
See, and I think if I remember right, the next year we had to clarify no pets,
No
no
rats.
animals,
No animals,
animals, like nothing
Animals.
alive.
But I remember that rat box got stolen a couple times. I think
That's
people
fair.
wanted that. People wanted
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Wouldn't want a rat. Yeah.
free rat.
That's some poor snake's food.
Maybe they had snakes. Maybe they were youth group dwellers, snake owning youth group dwellers.
Dwellers? Is that what you do in youth group? You dwell?
That's basically all we do at youth group. All we do is just dwell, basically.
I also want to know about this.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
talk
play
about
this
you.
game. I want to hear about.
The dwelling.
The dwell.
I don't want to talk about the
I don't
dwelling
want to talk about it either.
at youth group.
They're getting more flashbacks. All right, so
On
What do we
that
do?
note, who's ready to dwell on some of the amazing experiences that we had last week on Scars of Disorder?
Should we say that we did growth and advancement off air?
Yes, we did growth and advancement off air. Yeah, I believe we had a couple of advancements.
I think everybody got an advancement.
Everybody got an advancement.
yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything that special. I just raised one of my abysmal stats from -1 to 0. So
Awesome.
no, I didn't. I
Yeah.
did not do that. I changed my mind. I recentered myself.
Nice.
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 There you go. There you go.
Sorry.
I took
Awesome.
another move from another playbook. I will not be saying what that playbook
Yep.
move is quite yet.
Surprises are coming.
Wait, Nick, you recentered yourself. You went from
He moved to center. Yeah.
you moved your center.
Moved it to
Oh, yes.
words reinvention.
Yes.
Fucking reinvention.
By default now. Yeah, so that's my center.
Oh.
Right now I'm at +2 reinvention anyways, but
All right, Sam. I know we talked about this a little bit. I don't want to put you on the spot.
I'm on the spot. You've put me on the spot by saying my
It is.
name.
the spot is there. And that is where Sam is.
I don't know what to do. I've got a growth. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Here's what I'll say for now. For now, if you want to do the creativity thing, just do that, and we might.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
You don't want to do that?
I don't want to go against the spirit of the rules.
No, I'm saying take the move. Take the move from another playbook.
I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's all right. We're locking it in, y'all. Locking it in.
Okay.
Okay. I am taking another move from another playbook. The move is empty your mind from the Foundling playbook.
Yes.
You
That's a
can
good-
flow and adapt, formless and shapeless. During an exchange, after you roll the stance move, you can mark fatigue and select a basic technique from a different approach other than the one that you chose. You must still pay all the other costs of that technique.
That's cool.
Yeah. Rozek had that.
Ooh, fun.
This second part of Flying Investment Podcast. Yeah.
Do you think that Teto and Rozek would have been friends?
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
there's
course. Yes.
quite literally no way they wouldn't have been.
Absolutely. They'd be friends.
That's good. That warms my heart.
They're both just so happy to be there.
That's the Christmas gift I needed.
Oh, there you go. I'm glad I could finally give you one, Sam.
It was rough in the green room, y'all. It was rough.
In the green room, I kept ruining Sam's Christmas.
The Danny that killed Christmas.
I'm so sorry.
What a monster. Look at this guy.
You know,
Time's up.
I think
No.
it's
Time's
funny
up.
because you're taking it much more like seriously than I am. Like I feel like it's really impacting you. Like I'm worried about your sleep patterns after this.
I'm dreaming about this. If I do sleep, I'll be dreaming about this. Having nightmares. Oh, just kidding. I'll sleep fine. I'll sleep sound. Just kidding. I won't. I think I have insomnia. All right. Who's ready for a recap?
We're pretty sure. Yeah, me. Let's do it.
All right. So previously on Scars of Disorder, chaos broke out at the Beifong estate as pirates began making their way toward the Earth stages and to Beifong during his political gathering. Before our heroes had much time to react, explosions on the wall and ceiling allowed for more pirates and corrupt Gowling lawmen to fill in. Our heroes fought hard to protect the sages and Tu Beifong with the help of the Beifong personal guard and Tu's children, Su and Tao. After a frightening display of Haru's bending, bringing the sheriff of Gowling, Fomu, to the brink of death, the battle dissipated, and Haru ran off in shame through their escape tunnel. After attempting to find him, but being warned off by an eccentric groundhog, Teto returned to the Beifong ballroom with the 4 Earth stages, where they will inevitably find Mei, Lingrong, Stu, and an injured Tao, all standing around the body of Tu Beifong, a shard of glass in his neck being his fatal wound. But before we get to there, we're going to open on a scene from a time long ago. Not too long ago. It's not like the first Avatar flashback in Korra. We're not going that far, but we're going a little far. The camera opens on a barely lit room in a stone dungeon. The air is musty and arid. In the center of this small circular room is a figure hanging by their hands, which are chained above their head. Their head lowered, they slowly swing back and forth, unmoving, unfeeling. Slowly, their breathing is heard, steady and sure as they begin to fiddle with the chains above their hands, above their head. We watch them wordlessly work the knot of steel, keeping them here for a few long, drawn-out seconds. Exasperated, they let out a sigh and let their head drop again. Then, moments later, the sound of a door unlocking and a regal figure dressed in resplendent Fire Nation garb walks in, the garb of a Fire Lord. Disappointing. The grimace on the chained figure's face betrays their mask, but is also an expectation that all they'll ever be is a disappointment.
I'm sorry, Dad. I tried. I really did. I'm sorry. I'll do it again. Let me just try again. I'll do better this time.
No, you won't try again. You failed again and again and again. Do you know what would happen to me, to the Fire Nation, if I let myself be protected by such a pathetic, such a weak sand eater? The clans are looking for any moment of weakness that they can exploit and seize control of the most powerful nation in the world. You need to strike first, little sand shark. Perhaps you just need a little incentive. The Fire Lord begins reaching his hand toward the chains.
No, please, Dad. No.
The young Haru begins sobbing.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. Please, again. No, please.
But Haru's cries fall on deaf ears of the Fire Lord, the ruler, who doesn't need a child, but a weapon. As the camera zooms in into Haru's hands, the Fire Lord begins to grasp the chain as it starts to glow red hot. We open on Palrock and a large man holding a meteor hammer whose chain is around Haru, both of them standing over Haru. Palrock speaks out. Oh my, let's get moving, Palrock says as they begin dragging Haru towards some nearby ostrich horse-drawn carriages. As they yank the chains around Haru, his shirt slips a little, revealing some scars and burn marks just below his collarbone. Now, Justin, Haru is technically taken out of the scene, but I think Haru isn't unconscious or anything. He's just chained, maybe still feeling a lot of shame. Is there anything Haru says in this moment as they begin taking him to that carriage.
Where are you taking me?
Palrock turns and looks as maybe Homai, who we now know this large man's name is, lifts you up a little bit, so Palrock can see your face more clearly. Oh, we're just taking you to our ship. We're gonna ask you some questions, find out a little bit about why you're here, and then maybe we'll give you back to your friends.
I'll never tell you nothing.
Oh, we'll see about that. They drag Haru into the carriage as the camera quickly zooms out, and we shift back to the Beifong estate. As we zoom into the ballroom, we see a scene of Sue Beifong sobbing as she clutches her father's body. Cao Beifong kneels next to her, silently staring. What do the rest of you do? I think I want to figure out. Yes, I think I want to figure out what Teto and the Earth Sages do, as you guys, based probably right about now, just emerge from the tunnel.
Well, what is happening is that before they get to the entrance and they're running back, Teto's got the groundhog in his cloak, and he's feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit frantic, and he just slows down and stops and just starts to chuckle and laugh to himself, and he stops moving and he's just laughing.
Feng will go up to you and say, Teto, or is everything okay? Are you okay?
Sorry, Feng. It's just, do you Earth Sages celebrate the Night of Autumn Spirits? It's like maybe it's just an Airbender thing. It's where you like dress in costumes. There's sweet treats, but that doesn't matter. It's it just reminds me every Night of Autumn Spirits, my friends Tepelar and Loth, they have a competition where they compete against each other, and this one year, Loth, he had an hourglass and challenged Tepelar to steal it from him as he kept it in his tent. And Tepelar accepted the challenge and caused a distraction, which made Loth come out of his tent. And at that point, my other friend Zadi, she snuck in and she took the hourglass. But instead of taking it away from Loth's tent, she just hid it right in there. And when Loth came back, he thought it was gone. And he stormed out and was looking all around the camp. And at midnight, Tepelar declared himself the victor and showed him that the hourglass was still in the same place that it was. It just feels like that's what we're doing right now. They expected us to go one way, and now we're going back the other way. And I'm just wondering, is this? It's just funny to me, and just makes me laugh.
So
Makes me
you
miss
feel
my friends.
you feel we've bested them, is what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm not sure. And he's going to turn to Zhen. And Danny, I'd like to use Stories of the World
Okay.
right now, if that's all right with you.
Right. Yeah. Let's look at that real quick again. Yeah, when you spend time openly and freely sharing your own story with an interested audience, I think Fung was very interested. Fung is interested in anything y'all have to say.
I'm asking, and so I'm going to roll, and this is to the Earth Sages, Zhen.
All right. Okay, so specifically to Zhen.
Yes, and I got a 10, a 6, and a 4, plus my creativity of 2.
Oh, that's definitely it. That sounds like a 12.
And Teta's going to turn to Zhen and say, Zhen, since you've been here longer than we have, realistically, what is the best way to escape the threats that are here to ensure that we all survive?
Escape the threats that are here at the Beifong State, you mean? The threats that are here in Gaoling?
Or the threats that are coming after us? Jen, you have to answer open and honestly.
Well, I think for one, listening to that groundhog was a good way to go. Obviously, you are more adept in those of nature, so thank you for that. Obviously, we've already escaped danger that may have been waiting for us at the end of the tunnel. I can't say the same for your friend. On to speaking on the other threats, I don't know what's waiting for us. I don't know how that battle turned out back in the ballroom.
What would you suggest that we do to ensure that we all survive?
I would say keep those who you consider a friend very close to you, Teto.
You know,
I don't think. Yes?
that's good advice. I do miss my spiral and the other airbenders. I thought that Haru and Ling and Mei, I thought we were close, but I'm struggling to understand some of the choices that they've made.
That's just what a relationship is, Teto. You might not understand everything someone does, but if you choose to care about someone, to love someone, you're choosing to love them not despite of the choices they make. That's your purpose. You're there to guide them. I think at this point, Fong and the other sages begin making their way back through the tunnel, but Shen pulls you aside for a second. He goes, if you want to ensure that you and your friends survive, Tato, I would leave Gaoling as soon as possible. Things will begin to happen that are far bigger than you, even I.
And with that, Teto goes a little wide-eyed and tugs his cloak away from Zhen's hand and backs away. Thanks, Zhen. That sounds like a great idea. And he's going to follow Feng.
All right. I think maybe Shen takes a little while to dust himself off, sort of nods in response to Teto's response and follows after. As you make your way back to the end of this tunnel. Wait a minute. You got a 10 on Stories of the World. So you may also clear condition or ask a second question.
Should I just ask the question that Justin put in the chat? Can I hold my question for any one of the other Earth Sages?
I don't see why not. I think it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would say you don't need a clear condition. You can clear inspired if you want.
Yes,
get rid of that.
Sounds like a great idea.
Don't take the deal. No deal. No deal.
Teto is very suggestible, so you know what? I'm going to do it.
No. You, Sam, need to be not suggestible to make up for Teto's suggestibility. As you guys emerge from the tunnel, you guys being Teto and the Earth Sages, you see Su Beifong and Tao Beifong standing over what looks to be the body of two. Lingprong, what are you doing?
She's sitting off to the side to some extent. She's probably already given like first aid to what's the brother's name?
Tao.
Tao. And maybe some to Sue as well.
Yeah. Maybe
She's
you're
sitting.
feeling the cuts that Sue had on her hands from holding those shards of glass.
I think that's already happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Ling is just kind of sitting off to the side, sort of hugging her knees, head in between, or chin resting on her knees.
I would say I think May is probably somewhere near you, contemplating putting a hand on your shoulder. Yeah, this is the scene that you see Teto.
Yeah, Teto pops out, and maybe in terms of the conversation that had just happened, and what Jen had just told him about friends, even though he's not understanding Ling and May and their choices, he also feels the need for friendship, and he's going to see their body language and see the scene. And before he even sees Two's body, he's going to float over to them. And when he sees Two's body, he's going to stop and he's going to drop. No. Two. Tao. Your father. Ling. Is he?
He's already gone, Teto, and they're well aware. You don't have to tell them.
I'm sorry I left.
You did what you were supposed to do. It's the Earth sages are safe.
So we came back because we ran into this guy, and he's going to pop out the groundhog. Shush. I don't know why, but it feels like I can kind of understand him.
She just looks to Feng.
Feng just shrugs.
Quizzical. All right. Okay. All right then. Well, that's great. I'm glad you've made a friend. Do you know where Haru is, perhaps, before you?
No, we were going down the tunnel, and this groundhog stopped us. It was very convincing.
As Tao is sitting, he'll sort of say, not as under his breath as he'd like to. If Haru would have used that bending to help me and my sister, then maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. Look at him, he ran off like a coward.
Haru did use that bending to help you and your sister. I don't know if you saw, but he basically killed a man. We all have hang-ups.
I don't see how killing the sheriff. I don't see how killing the sheriff helped me or my sister or my
Well, the
father.
sheriff was trying to kill you and your father and your sister. Just, context. He would have been able to do so if Haru hadn't stopped him. It is pretty buns that Haru just up and left. I'm not sure what that was about, but we were all doing our best. I'm very sorry.
He stands up. I could have done better. And he sort of walks out. I think some of the bandages that you gave him maybe are kind of loose. He just rips them off as he walks out of the ballroom. Sue looks and sees this happen and just starts sobbing even more.
He seems to be taking this well.
Does this mean that Tao is now the head of House Beifeng?
I would assume. I don't know. I don't think this of great importance right now, Teto.
At that point, Shu Fen walks into the ballroom. As she gasps, as she sees Tu's body.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go get. Where did Tao go?
Oh, the same hallway that Shu Fen just arrived in. You imagine?
I sprint. So I see her and I start sprinting towards her, which probably doesn't seem.
Shu Fen pulls out a spear.
She's just like, oh yeah, you're not gonna get me. No, and I just sprint past her. And I'm immediately going to.
Serious moment, Justin. Sorry. Okay, I'm not even addressing that.
Yes. And I'm just gonna like charge down until I find Tao.
Okay, let's get to there in a second. I want to linger on with Tacho and Shu Fen in this room for now. In their stages, they're sort of just all standing there.
Teto is going to take Shu Fen's hand and take Sue's hand and bring them together, and then see if he can lead them away if they are going to be led. And he's going to turn to Zhen and Feng and say, I think now is not the time, but we need to determine if the action we took will get the Beifongs on your side. And he's going to see if they're going to, if Shu Fen and Sue are willing to leave Tu's body, because he doesn't want them to have to grieve around the body.
Yeah. I think Fong and Jen, along the other stages, they nod. As maybe there are, at this point, you see some more of the Beifong estate staff, maybe some other of the Beifong personal guard. Maybe they were posted at the outer gates and they weren't able to get here, watch on time, start shuffling in as well. I think Jen will sort of like signal to them, usher them to come over, as the Earth Sages, along with some of the staff, will go over to begin comforting Shu Fen. And I think you see Shu Fen gather herself a little bit as she goes to retrieve her daughter Sue, who is very reluctantly, being taken away from her father. She's still grasping at her father's body, but at some point she gives way as Shu Fen and Sue leave the room. And at this point, this is when some of the guards and the staff begin repairing what's left of the ballroom.
And Teto's going to want to go with Sue and Shu Fen, but he'll slide up to May and say, I think, May, it's best if you stay here with Feng. And
okay,
Moshe and Riho and Jen. Just something that Jen said to me made me a little bit uncomfortable. And I'd feel better if you were here watching over them.
Okay. Just go be you with them, I think. Tato would be the perfect person to be with them right now.
And Teto will go with Shu Fen and Sue to wherever they're going, in an adjoining room or another part of the estate.
Yeah. As they actually exit the door, Jiang walks past them. Jiang, obviously, they had somehow, Jiang sees Tu's body, lets out a gasp as well, much like Shu Fen, as with her voice breaking, says, Shufen, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry. As Shufen nods and embraces Jiang before her and Sue leave. And it sounds like that's what you're following them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with them. And just for clarity, Jiang and Tu were siblings.
Yes. All right. So it's good that although Monroe's not here, May's not here, because we are going to cut back to what May sees. But I do want to see what Ling Krong does.
Oi! Where are you going?
I imagine you're like a little bit of a distance behind him in a hallway.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I don't want anything. I want to know what you're doing. What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna go get ready, and I'm going to find those damned pirates, and I'm going to kill them all.
That is all incorrect. You have a family in there who are mourning your father's death. You have a responsibility to take care of them. We are going to kill the pirates. We already need to kill the pirates. You need to help your family. They need you, and you need them. If you throw this away, it doesn't come back.
All right. I'm going to ask you to plead.
That's fair.
Also, I know I said I wouldn't visit it. I do. At some point, Justin wrote in our private chat, now Shufen can get married to 3.
Instead of it's because his name was 2.
I'm sorry. I broke the tension.
No, we do.
It was
We gotta,
right
you
there.
know,
This is how some people cope.
It is.
Yes,
It is.
yes.
It is.
It is Avatar. We got to find ways to cut the tension.
I'm going to roll. I'm going to spend a fatigue to roll with my balance, my reinvention, because I need to do it. Okay. All right. That's not necessary. And I just missed the table. I'm having a rough time over here. Okay, that's 11.
Oh,
Not that hard of a time, then I guess.
Well, yeah, my dice are doing well. I just rolled them off the desk. I just missed the desk entirely.
Threw a rock instead of a dice.
I don't even know where that came from.
Where did it come from?
You see Tao. He looks like he's seething a little bit, his face red. Begins pretty quickly walking right towards you, Linkron.
She doesn't move. She doesn't even flinch.
As he gets less than a foot away from you, your face is just inches from each other. He breaks and embraces you.
Oh wow! I thought
you
you were
feel
going to fight.
as you feel tears running from his face.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is right. I'm gonna be honest. You're not. You're doing. It's. I understand. You're very angry. You have every right to be, but you're hurting, and you need to. Your mother's hurting. Your sister's hurting. You need to do it together, or it's just not the same. There's no reason for you to be by yourself.
He pulls back a little bit, his hands tightly on your shoulders.
Okay, that's a lot of movement.
I need you to kill them all. Don't.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I've sworn off killing, but the Haru will handle it. I promise. He's quite adept. So is May. Very, 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 very skilled killers.
Lincoln.
Yes.
Look at what they did.
Right. I'm with you.
So
they need to die.
They
Death
need
is a
to
shit.
die. You can't hold back. What Tao is doing is he's calling you out.
Great.
He's calling
Awesome.
you out on your restoration.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
He's saying, basically, he says, the gist of what he says is, if the time comes where you're cornered into it, or like you seem like you don't have a choice, don't hold back.
That's fair.
So, are you denying it?
Doesn't he have to roll first? Or do I?
Oh, I never roll.
Oh, that's
So
right.
he's technically
Oh.
not. He's not calling someone out like the basic.
Sorry, yes.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
just shifting your balance as a
I'm shifting your balance towards restoration, and you can via a call out, and you can choose to deny it. Otherwise, you would be shifted towards restoration.
I'll allow it. I think she's just like, all right. If something has to happen, you can trust me to make sure it gets done.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna go find my family.
As you should. Ling
All right.
stands.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ling like he leaves and Ling stands in the hallway. Fist balled and kind of like looking off into the distance for a while, and then we can cut to wherever.
Yeah. I really wanted to throw Ling Hong in a situation where she gets a hug that she definitely
Not ready for that.
Wasn't
He's
asking.
very lucky she didn't just immediately just toss the dude or something.
That's all. You follow Shu Fen and Sue. I think Shu Fen just brings Sue back to her room, to Shu Fen's room. What was Shu Fen and Tu's room? But now it's Shu Fen's room. I think at this point they noticed that you're with them. Oh, Tetsu.
I didn't want to leave again, and I didn't want to leave you alone. Sometimes people find comfort in having an air nomad near when somebody passes. If you would like, I could say a chant or a prayer in memory of his passing to ensure that his spirit crosses over comfortably. Or
Shu Fen.
I could just sit here with you and get you some tea.
Shu Fen smiles as you're saying this. She looks at Sue. Sue has not looked up this entire time. She's just been looking down at the floor. The sobbing has stopped, but she's still. She seems to be on the brink of what she was just doing over her late father's body. Shu Fen looks back at you and nods. She's, tea does sound nice. And if you'd like, I think it would be nice if you want to say something.
And so is there Teto doesn't really want to leave them. Is there like a tea set that is in room?
Yeah.
If so,
they're
he's going
rich.
yeah,
They got a mini fridge in there and everything.
he's gonna he will
It's just full of-
bypass
it's just
the,
full of Logan
the
Prime-
small
Logan
bottles
Paul's Prime.
and wow.
There's a moldy lunchly in there.
Yeah.
And he'll
Yeah,
start
sorry.
to brew some calming tea, and as it steeps, he's going to bring the air to a nice temperature, and make sure that it's just comfortable for them. And he's going to sit in a meditative position and start to do a chant for the departed. And Teto really doesn't want to leave them. He wants to eventually get out to them what Zhen transmitted, that Gowling is not safe, and he's trying to find the balance of how to hold their grief and also impart an urgent message.
Like through
I
through
think
this
that,
chant, or
no, I think he's waiting for the opportunity to do it, and he sees that they're in pain in this moment, but he doesn't want to be away from them until he tells them, until they are in a more in an area that's better to receive the information that he's going to give, because there's an urgency that is building within him to start to move the Beifongs out of Gowling.
Yeah. So because I think that question Teto's telling them of that is going to be a roll in and of itself, I don't want to have you roll. I think through this, you do see Shufan and Sue begin to calm down. I think Sue looks at you for the first time since you've came back from the tunnel, and she just lets out a quiet, "Thank you," as she receives the tea that you give her.
It's the least that I can do.
And Shufan speaks out, "And thank you for all you've done. You and Haru, first of all, are excellent performers, but from the brief moments I saw, you all can handle yourselves very well. You're very accomplished benders, so thank you for that."
I think I have to tell you something. I don't believe that the attack that happened tonight is going to be the end. I think it's only the beginning. And Gowling is now a dangerous place for not only the Earth Sages, but for those who we would call allies as well, the Beifongs in particular. This is why we came to Gowling in the first place, to garner allies and have people of influence back the causes of the Earth Sages. I'm hoping now that you can see that there is a real threat to their very existence. And I'm so sorry that your family has become entangled in it. But entangled you are. And now I feel we all need to survive this together.
Shufan looks at you and goes, Are you suggesting that we leave? We come with you and your friends?"
Maybe not come with us, but if there's a safer location, a hidden place where your family can retreat to for a while, I think it would be a good idea.
I'm gonna need a plead.
Ooh.
Another
Okay.
plead. We're pleading with the Beifongs.
Okay. And this is not roguish charm because I am not using flattery. I am empathizing with them. Right? I don't know. I'm not buying it myself. Oh, okay. You convinced me.
I think maybe. Are you empathizing with them?
I mean, we are of the same flight right now, but like,
if you want to mark a fatigue, you can roll with creativity.
He's literally like sitting with them in their grief.
Yes, literally.
Okay. All right, I'll do it. Because my my harmony stat is dookie. All right, I'm gonna roll with creativity.
All right.
It doesn't really matter. I got a 3.
Oh no.
+2 is a 5. Help.
It's funny. I was gonna give you a little bit of bonus thanks to Linkrong because I think Sue will speak out and say, "It's." I think he has a point, Mom. Linkrong was saying something about there being someone targeting the party tonight, and I wasn't listening to her. I wasn't taking her seriously, and I think I need to apologize for that. But I don't think it's safe here right now, Mom. And Shufan will respond and go, "It's what's done is done. We didn't see this coming, which obviously resulted in a tragedy, but we will be more prepared. Tesha, this is our home. Sue, this is our home, and we have a responsibility not just to us and those on the estate, but to Gao Ling. We can't run and hide while we know that there is a threat to our city. Who knows, to our state? I'm sorry, Teto. I understand that you want to keep us safe, but I think hiding is the last thing we should do. I think we need to make ourselves known as something that's not to be reckoned with. Although we have our scar now, we can come back better.
I understand. I respect that. I will not interfere with your choice. But if you are going to stay here and stand strong, please lend your voice to the cause of the Earth Sages against the forces that seek their eradication and have cut down your husband.
I'm not even going to make you roll for this because I think everything's been leading up to you asking her to do this. And I think Shufan will just give you a hug.
And Teto will embrace her back.
And she'll say, we won't let what's happened here, or rather, we'll try our best not let what's happened here pass to their sages as much as we can, Teto. I should make a GM move. +4 towards survival. You're taken out of the scene. No. I think
Gone. Bye.
I can't think of anything that like directly affects you right now. But I think I do on that kind of, I think I do. Maybe. Do you think Techa would feel a little guilty after all of this?
I think he does feel guilty.
Yeah.
In terms of he left before to try to get the Earth Sages out, but he ended up coming back. And so he's feeling guilty for not being there. Maybe he's feeling foolish for having left in the first place. I think there's a lack of something. He could be afraid also of being in the middle of these this fight. I think in relation to like the failed role, where he tried his best to, I mean, he could be afraid for them.
Oh, I like that too. Yeah, afraid. Because you wanted them to be safe. You wanted them to find somewhere to be safe or maybe come with you.
Yeah,
But
and now they're not going to be.
Denied that. And so that would be natural for Tetra to feel afraid for, the position they're in now.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I think we can make up a story for any of the conditions if that's something that you want to.
Honestly, yeah. I think guilty or afraid make the most sense.
I think I'm gonna go with afraid then.
All right, I like it. I like it. I want to cut back to the ballroom. Before I do that, do either of the three of you want to take the reins on lightly, just in case she's directly addressed, maybe, or you feel that there is a moment where she might speak up? Lightly take the reins. Take the May reins.
The mains.
The reins.
The brains.
Nick is sitting there like shaking his head. Like
Nick's like, nope.
it's funny because I like Nick. Like sometimes you're like you seem like a real tough guy sometimes, and right now it don't seem that way.
And you know what? I'm man enough to admit that.
All right.
I am not man enough for this. So
yeah, I feel like Haru and May are the most alike.
Yeah, and I'm also there's no chance of me being in any of these scenes. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, get some, Justin. Get you some.
Beautiful. I asked that because as we cut back to the ballroom, we can see that Jiang, along with some of the from personal guards, some of the staff are helping clean up. They've already taken Tu's body out of the room. And at this point, some more of the guests that were at the party begin filling in, confused, dazed, some of them injured as staff members or Gowling, Beifong personal guard begin helping them. At this point, you see Jiang, Beifong begin to usher in some more Gowling lawmen into the ballroom to start helping with the cleanup. As she sees more of the previous guests who are at the party begin to enter in the room, she will start to speak out to all of them. No one can understate the horrors that happened here, but as the now official head of the House of the Flying Boar, we must not let this tragedy bury us.
Who's saying this?
This is Jiang Beifong, Chu's sister.
Am I here? Can I be here?
No, it is just May that's here.
Damn.
Oh, drama llamas.
And thanks to the help of the law enforcement.
Sorry. What are you talking about?
Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Jiang Beifong.
Okay, so it's not Tao.
No, I'm not Tao. I'm not my nephew. What are you talking about?
Okay, so then cool, everyone. Carry on. She's not in charge of the Beifongs. Just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. I will carry on.
Well, not you. Sorry. Everyone else.
As a powerful woman of what looks to be the Fire Nation, I'm very surprised by your patriarchal outlook on the world right now.
Do you think this has something? Oh, there's nothing to do with that.
It was decided, young lady, between Tu and I, that should he, spirits forbid, pass from us, that I will take on the mantle and the heavy responsibility of head of the House of the Flying Boar. Now, if you will let me speak, otherwise I can have my guard take you away. At this point, all the staff and guests are just heads turning between the two of you.
I mean, do you have a letter with the seal of Tu on it? We're just supposed to take your word that you're in charge now? Mighty convenient for you.
I have signed documents. If you, child, are requesting that of me, who, once again, who is this?
Just someone who doesn't like bullies.
All right, then stop being one. Now, will you let the adults speak?
So just sort of silently stare at.
Please let me in. Please let me in. Foaming at the mouth.
John continues, as I was saying, thanks to the help of the law enforcement of the state of Gaoling and some young heroes. She sort of snarkily looks at May.
Snarkily looks back.
We can rebuild. The valuable connections made tonight will be a testament of Tu Beifong's hope for a better Earth Kingdom and a safer world. Now, Dao Fei attacks like this must come to an end, and ridding the world of animals like that will be at the forefront of the work I'll do as the head of this family. Feng will sort of under his breath talk to Mei as maybe Jiang is still talking. I don't understand what is happening, but I do not feel safe here, Mei. I don't think that any of us are safe here. He addresses Zhen and the other two Earth sages.
Yeah, we gotta find everyone, get everyone out.
I think Jiang is still talking a little bit, maybe addressing more things. At some point, she talks about how she knows that Sheriff Fomu is currently in the hospital, alive, and she says that's thanks to their closeness. She had a close connection with Sheriff Fomu. He's trusted her to lead the law enforcement during his recovery. At some point, Ling Rong, do you walk back into the bar?
Yeah, so Ling finally sort of moseys on in. She isn't hearing any speech. She's just like,
yeah, you see various people approaching Jiang, giving condolences, shaking hands as she seems to be walking around the room, taking charge and the cleanup and everything.
Now, Danny, I just want to ask. So those battle plans we found explicitly said Jiang was part of it.
So
no,
did you hear about those?
It inferred,
it said she's.
I don't think the message got to Ling.
Okay.
I don't think the message ever got to Ling. But it did say that it said we've turned her, I believe is what I've said. I should have taken note of that. Or we've turned the woman.
But Ling doesn't know any of that.
It says wait until woman and her son leaves and we've turned him to our side.
Oh, we turned him to our side. Yes. I know who that is. Yeah, so Ling doesn't know about any of that.
Ling is just like, why are you giving your condolences to her?
One of the staff goes, to his sister.
Oh, it was your sister. Ah, yes, that makes sense. But you're also giving her a lot of deference. What about his family and his son? Wouldn't he be the head of the household now? Shouldn't you all be checking in on them?
Oh no, Jiang is now the head of the House of the Flying Boar.
That's a really weird inheritance when his son. And isn't that a normal Earth Kingdom? Am I crazy? Isn't that usually how Earth Kingdom inheritances work?
It was decided among Tu and Jiang, and typically, if it doesn't disturb too much of the overall Earth Kingdom, governmental things, they typically let the Beifong family do what they will. They've been trusted as a political family.
Can I assess the situation?
Yes.
Or get a read? Or is there some way I can, I don't actually know that this woman's a lying piece of shit, but Ling immediately suspects it, and I need something to work off of here.
her vibes have been bad since she first walked into the tea house.
True, but that vibes, I can't, even Ling isn't going to try to convince everybody on vibes that this woman is full of shit.
This is why you need Teto.
If only you had, what's the move that Rozak had?
Suspicious mind.
Suspicious mind. If only you had suspicious mind.
Hey, Jay had suspicious mind by the end too.
Yeah. I don't know if there's you can try assess the situation. I'm trying to look at the questions. I don't know if anything would help. But you can if you can try to swing it in a way that you think could.
What here can I use to tell if this woman is evil?
It's got a giant sign over her that just says evil and pointing down towards her.
Evil.
That'd be
evil.
great. That'd be so helpful. So you're telling me that this man, beloved as he was, left everything to you instead of his very healthy, very capable children.
You're talking to Jung now?
Yes, she's saying this in front of everybody. Yes.
Okay.
Like, just for the record, I'm just trying to establish everything that's going on here.
In this horrible, tragic situation, yes, I have taken the mantle. Should I pass, Tao will take the mantle. And then from him, unless he has children, June will take the mantle.
Right. So, I'm sorry, I'm not super familiar with the etiquette here. It seems like, very convenient that your brother apparently decided completely against any sense that you would be in charge after he died, and then he died. Is anyone else? Is no one? I look at the crowd. Is anybody with her?
May's just nodding.
Well, I know May's with me. Is anyone else?
At this point, Jiyoung says, I think I could have other trusted political powers vouch for me. And at this point, Zhen leaves the other 3 Earth Sages as he walks up and he goes, I, for one, can vouch for them. I personally foresaw to both Tu's and Jiyoung's signing of the documents. And Ling Rong, I'm sorry, but you've only just arrived into Gaoling. Am I not wrong? You know little of the way things work around here politically, little of the etiquette. You've only just arrived into the Earth Kingdom just recently, I believe.
Wow. Some of that was very correct. I am very new to the etiquette of Gaoling and how you seem to operate. I am very familiar with the Earth Kingdom. I'm very familiar with lots of the world. Just been around. But I do have to wonder, why have you forsaken your order? I'm going to be honest. I just learned what this word was. It was all vibes. I just didn't like anything she had going on. But where is Haru? Because if they didn't know about the tunnels, Haru should have been back already. And the only one who knew about the tunnels, as the other 3 Earth Sages can heartily agree as my third-party agreement, the only one who knew about them were you. So where is Haru, and why did you betray your order?
You're not wrong, Ling Rong. Feng and I did create those tunnels in order to help you and your friends. Unfortunately, I don't know where Haru is because your friend Teto decided we should turn around at the advice of a singing groundhog.
You didn't listen to me. Here, I'll start over. I want everyone to understand. We knew this. We had an idea that this was going to happen because the Earth Sages are under attack. The other three will verify this, right? Many of them are dead. So, just in case, because 4 of them were here, we decided to have an emergency escape route dug out in preparation. My friend ran down it. You all saw him. And now he's not back. He was fighting with us, and now he's not back.
And why aren't you finding him? Why are you here arguing with us instead of helping your friend Lingrong?
Because I have new friends today who just had their father die in their arms, and they deserve not only retribution, but justice. So the 2 of you are going to do a slightly better job of covering your asses, or I'm going to turn you over to the authorities. This is new to me. I'm going to be honest. I normally
You see like dozens of Gowling Lawmen just sort of standing there like okay, first of all
this is probably a lot for you. You're lawmen, I get it. They plotted to kill her brother. And also, I know that your chief is in on it. So unless you arrest them, he's also going to be found guilty, right? So you should probably throw them under the bus for him. And if you want a lot of rolls from that, that's totally fair.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to
need
think.
18 pleads.
Yeah.
I've got something.
I can speed. Yes. What do you have?
Something. And tell me if this is too out the box. At this point, can Teto have walked in, heard what Ling was saying, look at Feng, and use his hold question against Feng from earlier?
Stories of the world
Against
Jen?
Jen.
Yeah.
And say, Jen, is what she's saying true?
You have to answer honestly, Danny.
Jen says, all he says is, I have put in place contingencies to ensure not just the preservation, but the betterment of the Earth Sages. I haven't betrayed my order, young lady. I am working to restore my order and improve it after that.
Yeah, you can tell that to all the corpses.
I had no idea. If what you're inferring is I planned to kill this great man. Sorry, he's not in the room right now. He gestures to the door he's taking it out of. This great man. I didn't know this was going to happen. That's insane what you are suggesting, Lingrong. It is insane what she is suggesting, Teto. And I understand.
I don't know, Jen. I don't know. Something about you. Your vibes. They've really turned bad.
I knew it.
Jen starts to say something, but then Jiang sort of talks over him. I understand that what's just happened has burdened our minds a lot, and so I will give the 2 of you leeway there. So instead of having you all arrested for seriously disturbing us, trying to restore, trying to make better what's just happened, I will just have the Gowling law enforcement take you away. All right?
Like, you can't do that. You're not the head of the estate. I think we've established that beyond a shadow of a doubt.
She snaps her fingers as the Gowling lawmen raise their spears and begin walking.
They
towards
raise their spears and take a step forward, and she turns towards them with her hands out and goes, I want to be honest with all of you. My friend Haru is not here. I am worse. if you don't want what happened to your leader to happen to you, you're going to rethink this whole situation.
Give me an intimidate.
Okay.
I love
was
it
thinking
when
of a roll
Ling
because I was like, I don't think you have enough for plead right now.
No, that's totally fair. I don't disagree. We're just I'm trying to intimidate. Okay. Yeah, I get -2 for afraid.
Don't worry, Justin. We'll get to you in just a moment.
Oh, you're fine. I'm sitting here thinking about what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Okay.
Making off-color jokes in our private chat.
I will spend. Fatigue to roll with reinvention, which is worse now. But whatever. It means I only have a -1 to this roll. Okay. Fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
He's standing.
Everything's
He's
bad.
standing and rolling
Everything's
dice.
That's 5. That's 5. That's 5.
May and Teto are there.
I mean, like, I think Teto's gonna. If May helps, Teto will help.
Yeah, I mean, Mace, I imagine her fists just light on fire as she stands behind Ling.
Okay.
So and Teto
I'll just
will.
I already marked the fatigue.
Okay.
Teto will swell with airbending and sort of push out and offer like a barrier of resistance against the lawmen who are coming in with the spears, and also try to create a circle around Ling, May, and the 3 remaining Earth Sages who are on their side.
So are you marking your 5th fatigue?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I am.
Okay. So that brings it to a 7, Nick. So they have to pick one. I'm gonna say right now, they're not gonna attack you. Don't worry.
I wasn't worried about that.
But now I am.
Yeah, I'm still not.
This guard sort of back down a little bit, and they say, "All right, just leave then."
You know, you don't have to listen to her. You could just choose to be better. And she's not just talking to the guards, she talks to the entire room at this point. You could just choose to be better. You don't have to make this mistake. Is there any sort of like reaction from the cloud? Can I do anything?
Well, I think, okay, so addressing the guests and the staff.
Everyone. Yeah, literally everyone.
The fact of the matter is they're so detached from everything you and your group knows, right? They have no idea what's going on. From stepping into their point of view, they're sort of just like,
that dude just admitted that he betrayed his order. Like he did in a way that was like grandiose and like is an argument for like what he believes, but like he just fully admitted it. Yeah. And they were also just clearly revealed that they were conniving together. Like, I understand that they don't have the same perspective that I do, but there is more than enough here for somebody to be like, that's pretty weird, right? Like, that's kind of not okay. So that's all she's trying to do. And if that fails, if she's not getting the reaction from the crowd, I think Ling will just go, well, I need to say goodbye to Tao and Sue.
You're still in the process of saying goodbye to 2.
Yeah, everyone is. I hope that if Tao were to die an untimely death and he conveniently wrote some note that said that it definitely wasn't his aunt, you'll all at least question it, maybe use some of those brains that you have purportedly in your skulls.
Cheto's going to whisper to Ling and May, I think we should go.
Yeah.
We are leaving. I'm going to walk directly up to Jung.
Jiang?
Jung?
Yeah.
Not the Beifong. The
Oh, Zhen?
yeah, Zhen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We're going to kill you. You're going to die. You deserve death for what you've done. You've betrayed your order. You've betrayed the men who would call you brother, and you have no right to live. And then she walks away. Ideally, she did that away from Teto. I want to be clear. Like we were about to walk into the room, and then she walks back to Shen.
And I'm just gonna say none of the lawmen that were around heard it as well. But as you do walk away, Zhen will say, "You don't understand the good this will do for the world, young lady."
Oh, all manner of sins, Mr. Sage. All manner of sins. And she'll motion for the other 3 sages to come with her.
All right.
Definitely no sign that the 3 other members of his order are coming with us and not him. Definitely not a sign of anything. You're all sheep. And then
Ling, we got to go.
we are leaving. That was me walking out of the room.
I want to cut.
Danny, where's the groundhog?
I think it's still in your.
Okay, I want to make sure. I want to make sure that.
No, you weren't asking about it. You weren't asking about it every scene, so it's lost.
You just lost it. It's gone forever.
No. I want to cut to a new scene. I'm sorry, Ling. You fought hard, but hey, maybe this isn't the end of the Beifongs. Maybe we'll revisit them before I kill them all.
Yeah, maybe there will be a Beifong that
Wait,
becomes
can
a
we
great vendor in
legitimately
the
have a
future.
scene where we say bye? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It might
Sure.
it might not be this episode, but
Oh, okay.
I do want to cut to a scene.
I mean, I'm good if you want to. Like, I'm okay. It makes sense if you're just going to keep
Okay.
it on them.
No, I do want to visit here. So we cut to a scene of Haru with his hands chained above his head on this pole below decks of a ship. Bruises on his face, cuts and bruises on his face and on his body. His clothes have been ripped a little bit.
You can see a lot more scars and burns now. Then
And this is officially, Justin, when Haru is no longer taken out of the scene. You're back.
okay, okay,
But you are chained up. Sorry.
I'm back, baby.
You said it, boys. Let's go.
Imagine you just took a moment of balance and Power is sort of pacing as Homai had just finished. Slapping you a new one.
Yeah.
I need to describe to the listeners that Danny just limply whipped around his hand as a motion.
That's how you use a meteor hammer, right?
Sure.
Yes, Danny.
You got it, buddy.
I think that's a made-up weapon.
It sounds like it. It does sound like
It's like a flail. It's like a flail. Palrock is pacing back and forth. She starts like chuckling to herself a little bit. She goes, Who are you?
Why don't you let me out of these chains and I'll show you.
Why are you with Feng?
Just fell into it.
What, you fell into the role of protecting the Earth Sages? Just Feng? Or just help me understand why you're here, why you've been such a nail in my side.
He said he was going to do some good. I needed to make sure that happened.
And you trust everything he says. You trust everything an Earth Sage says. They're going to do good.
Yeah, he hasn't tried to torture me in a pirate ship yet, so I think I'm going to believe him.
Oh, you just wait. You just wait. But moving on. I hear I've seen you're quite a performer. You pretty well established from what I understand.
Some might say that.
Yeah, but it's not the only talent you hold, is it, Haru?
I lived many lives. Many lives.
All right, I'm just talking about that display of bending you've portrayed at that ballroom. From what I've heard, you're quite the established bender.
I was trained by the best. Let's just put
Who
it
was
like
that?
You know what? I don't know if my friends are ever going to come for me, so why not, right?
Let's hope they do.
I think they're mighty scared of me at this point. But I was trained by the Fire Lord. Took out a lot of his enemies. And he will gesture weakly with his head towards what was the other one's name?
Homai. Also, I just want to say quick, as you said that, Homai sort of chuckled in disbelief, but Palrock stayed stern, sort of looking at you searchingly.
That's why this one I've been through 10 times worse. And 18 times longer. I mean it when I tell you. I will not give you what you want.
This is just a scratch compared to what I can do to you. Power says, Homai, don't let him get to you. I believe you, Haru. I do. It's interesting, this performer, this singer. It doesn't seem like Haru, does it? No, it seems like the person that you've let out in that ballroom, the person you're begging to let out right now. It seems like that's Haru. Am I wrong? Why not give in to that? You've only tapped in to the rage you hold. I can see it. How are you seething within you? This mask, this performer, that's not you. You only jaunt around as that. Think of the respect you'd have. People would love you. They'd fear you. Like me. I'm trying. Okay, let me look at Haru's control connection.
Yeah, so a little behind the scenes. I rolled my making amends at the end of last session, but B,
Yes.
reading over it, I realized I don't have to roll making amends when we do advancement.
Yeah.
It's not like at the end. It's not like at the end of the session do this. It's once per session. So I've been erroneously rolling it when we do growth and advancement, thinking it had to be done at the end of a session or at the beginning of a session. It doesn't. It's just any time it happens. But I did roll it and I did miss. So I'm just trying to. This whole time I'm trying to. Me as the player trying to figure out a way to choose.
Real quick,
ask more what you can do, and they'll tell you.
Yeah. Real quick, read the miss condition.
Yeah, sure. So on a miss, something's off. You don't feel you've changed. Choose someone here to ask more what more you can do. They will tell you, and the GM will shift your balance twice based on what they say. Oh, you know what? I've got a very good question. I think it is interesting that this question is to Power Rock.
Okay.
You're saying I don't deserve friends. Yeah? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is you have more power than to just fall into the connections, into the relationships you have. You can have liberty over that, Haru. With the power you have, you can choose who's close to you. You can choose who respects you, who loves you, who fears you. You said it yourself. You think your friends are scared of you? That was your own doing, was it not?
Yeah. But I didn't want to do it.
So be better next time. Have more liberty next time. Choose to do it next time. To have control over other people, Haru, you must first learn to control yourself when you let that rage out and when you let it rest, only for it to wake the next time. Are you understanding what I'm telling you?
Yeah. I think I'm going to kill you when I get out of here.
So that was the question. I think she is trying to shift you twice towards control. I don't think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it just happens. So now Haru is back at +3 control.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
It does say to shift your balance. Is this something I can resist?
I think I like saying yes.
Okay.
I like
look
saying
at those
yes.
misconditions, just in case the result is like way worse.
Looks like Nick's having a field day over there. He's like,
I'm really enjoying this. Everything's great.
This is I love the
misconditions.
balance intensity that's happening in this campaign.
That's great.
We were like, we underused this mechanic in our last game. Let's overuse it.
Let's just do it all.
It looks like if you were to miss, I would shift your balance 4 times.
Wait, is that true?
It says miss condition, market a condition, and GM shifts your balance twice.
In addition,
to... I would do it 4 times. Oh man.
So you'd like?
I would
he would
only
go off once, but he wouldn't.
I would lose my balance again. I think it's a little early to do that. I think it's a little early.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just let myself go towards 3 control.
Hey, but look at it this way. 3 control is closer to center for you than 3 connection.
Danny, I don't even have 3 connection.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
I have 0 connection. Someone connect with me.
We're coming for you, Haru. We're coming for you.
Their turn. At this point, Foul Rock will say, I'll get through to you. I think you have something in you that I think is telling you the right thing. That's more or less telling you what I'm telling you. But for now, alas, we must move on. Foul Rock will gesture hands as Homai yanks you up as he takes a chain off of the post that you were attached to and holds your hands behind your back as he begins moving you above deck. Foul Rock goes ahead as Homai is taking some time to unchain you, blah, 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 do whatever. And as he takes you back above deck, you can see that there's a lot of movement going on. It's obviously still nighttime because that's the party started at sunset, and so it's pretty dark. But you see many of the anti-moon pirates are carrying various barrels and boxes back and forth. They seem to be carrying onto the ship several barrels and boxes of goods taken from Gowling. Homai begins bringing you up to a crow's nest where you can see Palrock at the top holding a spyglass pointed inland toward Gowling. As he takes you to the top and leaves you on the crow's nest with Palrock, she goes, as I said, let's hope that your friends get here, because if they don't, then sadly, I have no use for you, Haru.
Better get rid of me now, then. I made sure they're not coming. They're getting out of here. And they're safe, far from your hands, Balrog.
Thankfully, I'm smarter than to take just your word, Haru. So alas, we shall wait, and we'll see. Yes?
I ain't got nothing but time.
All right. And she just puts her spyglass back up and starts pointing it again. There's
Push
one
her
last.
off. She plummets to her death.
You actually?
No. I know, not that dumb.
Oh, come on.
We have some time. We cut back to the Beifong estate. Justin, you're man now. Linkrong, Mei, Teto. What do you guys do? It sounds like you want to go to Shufen, Tao, and Su.
Yeah, just really quick.
Okay.
Fung, as we're walking over, I handled that pretty well, right? Like, not.
Yes. I think you did.
As well as I could. You know,
yes,
it would have been nice if you had stepped in. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I'm sorry.
You are, a grown man of an ancient and well-respected order. I just, I feel like if any of the three of you, I understand, Fung, you're a little injured. Maybe you have a concussion that we didn't clock. Sorry about that. The two of you seem pretty uninjured. Nothing to say. Nothing to add.
Ling, we weren't gonna win.
Well, definitely not with
Are you talking to
dead
me,
weight.
or are you talking to the Earth Sages?
What? No, Teto, you're fine. I'm not talking. You did great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to the silent and deadly idiots over here. Like, this guy just betrayed you, and you're just gonna let him walk all over you and also ruin this family. Like, you could have said anything.
Go ahead and Rehor sort of like looking down a little bit.
They take vows of silence. Is that a thing? Do Earth Sages do that?
And Fung goes, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what you all thought. You obviously have better intuition than I do, but I chose to trust what I thought, what had been my friend. And I think I'm still reconciling with that. And yes, I am a little injured. It's no excuse, Linkrong, you're right. But what was just an Earth Sage that you had just met, coming out as a traitor, was to me was what I thought was a lifelong friend and companionship, and an ally in what I want to see for my order. Coming out as a traitor, not just to his order, but to me personally. I had no words. I couldn't find them, and I'm sorry.
Well, I tried to do it for you.
And
I think you did your
Ling, you did a lot. I think the situation was much more complicated than any of us had envisioned.
Then it's never that complicated. It's never. People just let it be complicated. It doesn't have to be. It never has to be.
I didn't understand. I don't know if Fung did either. And Ling, we were under a lot of pressure. There was a lot going on, and a lot of sadness and grief. The weight is heavy that you carry, But you want to know what? In that situation, out of all of us, including these Earth Sages, you might have been the one who was able to bear that burden the best. It didn't turn out the way that we wanted to. But right now, we know more of the truth than we did before. And we're doing the right thing by these 3 Earth Sages, by leaving and getting to safety now. Is this a guide and comfort?
It 100% is. It 100% is. Hey, look at all those things Ling needs to hear right now. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead with your permission, GM, and roll guide and comfort with with a -1 in my harmony. 8 -1 is 7.
Hey,
That is still a success.
Still,
So, do you embrace or do you shut down Ling Hong?
oh,
Or do you shut them down?
she needs it. Don't needs it. Or Ling needs
How
it.
does Ling Hong respond?
She doesn't sob or breathe or even sigh. Tears just start streaming down her eyes. That doesn't feel like I did anything. But I don't know. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And Teto, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was gonna say, yeah. So Ling, you may clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and Teto, you may ask a question if you want. They must answer it honestly.
Yeah, Teto reaches out a hand as if to put it on Ling's shoulder to comfort her, and then he stops and pulls his hand back because he's noticed that she doesn't like to be touched that much.
Oh,
Wait, so you were gonna put it on her shoulder? Was this from behind or like
I know you're just talking at each other.
Yeah,
I feel like we were maybe shoulder to shoulder. And
yeah.
maybe,
Well, how far did you think? Is it clear that he was going to do that to Ling? I guess is my point.
I think like maybe it was like in her periphery. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they're standing right next to each other, side by side. And so he's reaching his right hand to her left shoulder.
And
then he stops.
I think she steps like a half step over, like towards the hand that you offer.
Teto sees that as an opening and puts his hand on his shoulder, on her shoulder, and gives it a soft squeeze, just enough to let Ling know that she's not alone. And then withdraws.
You rolled another guide and comfort. No. I will actually take this opportunity because I do genuinely think this is the first true step towards reconciliation that Ling has taken. I will not clear Insecure, and I will instead mark a reconciliation track for Insecure, which is one of my...
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're playing the game.
Work these character sheets, y'all.
Only 14 more to go.
Oh my.
You got it, Nick.
Oh my.
I love it.
And I am also still insecure. So there's that.
Yeah. What did you do, Ling? Did you choose to clear 2 fatigue or clear condition?
Well, I chose to clear condition.
Yes, you just talked about that.
I assume it would have been clearing insecure because that's one of the things she was dealing with, and it really felt like that would have been
I
what
definitely
was
should have
cleared.
talked what you just said, but we're at the end. We're nearing the end of a heavy
You're good.
episode.
You're good.
So you guys make your way towards the Beifongs. You see some of the staff are there with them. Some of the personal guard are with them. Just, cleaning up. Maybe a guard is playing the violin or something.
We should say goodbye, but quickly.
Tao, Sue, I'm going to be really honest. I've forgotten your name, Miss Beifong.
My name's Shufen. It's fine. It's fine. It happens all the
Shufen,
time.
I'm so sorry. You've put us up in your home. I'm very sorry that we were not able to do more for your father and husband. But we now need to leave Gaoling, as apparently his sister has taken over the Beifong house. She clearly was in on this. I'm very sorry if that's a news to you. She said that she had some pre-signed document that handed over the entire estate to her, which doesn't make sense on its face, but nobody decided to question it. And then Jen came out to support her, which just sort of tied everything together. It seems like they were both in on this whole thing. You should be very careful. It's very likely she will try to kill Tao. I don't think you should stay here unless you're willing to kill your sister-in-law / aunt. And I realize that that's a lot to drop on you right now, but there really isn't. I can't not tell you this. So, very sorry.
Thank you for everything you've done. I just want to say that you didn't have any responsibility over protecting my husband. You were thrown into the situation. It seems to me that the responsibility that you had was over your friend here. She gestures over to Feng. And according to Su Lingrong, your intuition seems to serve well, so I'll keep this in mind. Tato had talked to us about leaving. I don't know if that's the best decision right now, but I think we'll be safe together no matter where we are. And I learned a thing or two being married to a man like two. Sorry.
Teto smiles.
We'll be
I
safe.
got
You-
it.
yeah.
That was funny.
Thank you. I understand that it's my husband who just died moments ago. So maybe it's
People
just,
deal with grief in different ways. That it just kind of,
yeah.
Like that
It's
guy
like-
in the
it's almost
corner
like-
play the violin.
yeah.
Sometimes
I
I
don't know
just
who asked him to do that.
Yeah, what? Who's
sometimes I just
who's
feel
this
like
guy?
sometimes I just feel like a Tourette's riddled half Filipino is just speaking through me. I don't know. It's strange. But, you know,
Strangely
that
specific.
is that aside,
strange.
we might leave. But I think for now, as I said to Chacho, as I said to you, your responsibility is over your friend here, and our responsibility is to our city, and to just hide while we leave it in what seems, what is evident in what you're saying, in the hands of my sister-in-law, who I'm not going to lie, I used to trust. I did legitimate documents. I just want to say that. Maybe it was dumb of me, but she seemed fine. Thank you for everything and for telling me that. Be safe and don't worry about us. Unless we ask you to.
I don't think that's how rowing like works in general, but I appreciate that thought. Tao, just quick observation. Aim for joints. Aim for joints. You were letting your enemies regain the stance too easily. You should really once you break it, break their joints so they can't retake it.
Thank you.
Yes. Sue, no notes. You were incredible, but maybe have some knives on you so you don't have to use broken bits of glass.
Thank you. Stay safe.
I think that's more important for you too.
We've got to go.
We really do.
All right. As you guys say goodbye to the Beifongs, you begin making your way out, I assume.
Do we know what we're gonna do next? Because I got an idea.
We need to find Haru. That's what we're gonna do.
I was gonna. There's a little scene here that you're gonna sort of walk into. I'm assuming you guys walk out through the main door. You begin making your way towards the gates.
Oh,
Waiting for you at the gates, right outside the gates of the Beifong estate, you see a familiar face. You see Gio-san.
Okay.
He's going, oh my god, you guys just say Lingrong. Oh, thank God, Lingrong. I mean, you guys are all safe. I heard something insane
Gio-san.
happening over there. Yes?
Gio-san, you would not believe what happened. It was really sad and really tragic. But I think that you're just the person who we need to see.
I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure I saw your friend on a carriage he looks at May and Teto because they were told this by him. They were on a carriage with some of the folks that I
The empty
came
moon.
here on. Yes. Oh.
Oh, you're part of the empty moon.
No, Danny's
No,
forgetting if he knew that they were part of the empty moon, but he says maybe he does now. He goes, yes. No, Lingrong, I'm not a part of the empty moon. I hitched a ride, if you will.
We
I
won't
don't
say
think
you're
they
right.
allow stowaways. I mean, usually you keel those.
Well, I mean,
Tetsu's going to step in the middle of this conversation.
Oh,
Gio-san, do you know where they took him?
they seem to be heading towards the southern shore. I know there are some docks over there.
We got to go. You got to show us.
Oh, okay. He's sort of standing there, like, how do we get there? And then you see a couple ostrich horses.
No, wait,
dragging
Danny, I got
this completely broken. Oh, wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? I want to hear what you have.
Look, we know that the Beifongs have got a crazy menagerie at their estate. And I don't know if you all smelled it, but there's something fishy,
not to.
something wet doggy. I think they got some eel hounds around here. I just bet that there's a stable of eel hounds.
No,
I want
not
to.
even.
I want to. I want to steal these eel hounds with my
I
friends.
love it. I love it.
Oh.
So, okay, here's what I'm going to say. I think there was a couple ostrich horses carrying a carriage, but then a massive bird-like creature came and picked them all up and then flew away.
Duck! Everyone duck!
It's much
I love
funnier if you
that.
don't respond to that and it just happens in the background.
Oh, weird.
I love that. Gio-san says, if you're asking me to steal some eel hounds from the Beifong estate, you don't have to ask me, Tato.
I think he is asking you.
I don't know what I'm doing. Am I telling you? That's not really in my personality. Would you? It would be nice if we could, maybe together.
Let's do it. He, as fast as you've seen anyone pick a lock, picks the lock to the front gate of the Beifong estate. And opens it.
Is it unlocked? What is that?
All right, so if we're at the eel hounds, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to clear inspired, and I'm going to shift my balance +1 towards friendship, and then I'm going to indulge in a bad habit with a friend, which means I'm going to shift my balance again towards friendship,
I love it.
Wow.
and now I'm going to roll with friendship.
I love it.
Plus
Yes. And so you're rolling with 2. Beautiful.
And I got a 6 on one dice and a 4 on the other.
Oh, okay, thank God. I thought you got a 6, and I was like, no. So that is definitely a 10 plus.
It's a 12.
So yeah, it's a 12. On a hit, you and your friends pull it off and grow closer. And so everybody's inspired now. May, you're inspired again.
Whoa.
Ling, you're inspired. Geo-san, I don't know if you have a stat block, but you're inspired. Fung,
He
you
does,
getting
yeah.
inspired. Riho, Mohen.
The other 2 sages who are here.
Are inspired now too.
Why didn't we stand up for ourselves in our order?
I like that you called them silent and deadly.
I think it
Not
100%
deadly.
works though that they are just like in shock. That
I don't
Just-
think they've spoken.
yeah, no, they haven't.
No,
You know what? They took a vow of silence. They don't
You're
speak.
right.
It is what it is. I would like us to have eelhounds to go after Haru, and eelhounds go very quickly over land. And
They
they
do
go
go
in
very
water too. They go in water
Yes, on
also.
water, which is beautiful. On
They
a
do
10
smell like
plus,
fish dog.
yes, on a 10 plus, you also obtain some useful resource or information.
The eelhounds.
You find out that the Fire Nation is going to Ba Sing Se. No,
I mean, feels like the eelhounds are just the clear, like the
maybe
the thing. You know what I mean?
it is very I think you were just gonna find dogs wrapped in fish.
Oh, they're doing the old dogfish
But-
trick. Gets me every time.
I think with the
Oh,
10
yeah.
plus, because I think the eelhounds. I think with the 10 plus, it's just the eelhounds. These very fast.
Is it one big creature, or are we
Maybe.
each getting an eelhound?
I think
I think
are.
We can get multiple, right? We can
I
fit
wanna
like
say
2
they're big.
per.
Yeah, I think I want to say there are 3 eelhounds.
We're all getting 9.
Some of you are small, I think. So
I haven't written one of these since I was. I haven't written one of these in a while.
I'm
Is that
not gonna
made up
lie,
for it?
I don't like the smell.
Oh, it's horrible. It doesn't get better either. It'll get worse.
All right. Okay.
you see that the 2 Earth Sages have
your,
earthbent- sorry.
You just take pieces of your robe, you rip them up, and you just put them in your nose like this, May.
Hey, yeah, you
The
can
2 Earth Sages have earthbent like clumps of dirt in their nose. They just look at you with a thumbs up.
Are they actually mute? I feel bad now. Fung, why didn't you say something?
He's also taken a vow of silence.
Yeah, he's like, I'm too upset.
just now. He talked to them was
on and
really
off.
he's really inspired by talking to Mohan Rio, and so he just took a vow of silence. So you all with Jiosan now begin heading towards the southern shore to find a dead Haru.
Yeah, I'm dead. It's too
No.
late.
It's scalping,
We don't-
but
we
it's
don't know.
wet.
We don't
Ew.
we don't know what you find, but we'll have to find out in 2 weeks.
I know. This is the last episode for the new year, or for 2024.
Oh,
We'll be
yeah?
back in the new year.
That's crazy. I won't see you guys till next year.
Get out of here, Danny.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, we're ending on bad terms.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
No,
out of
sorry.
here.
No. Justin, do you have anything for the folks back home?
No, Scum and Villainy is over. But next year we're gonna play a new game.
I can't believe that went. Guys, if you haven't listened to Scum and Villainy, please do. There's
Is
we loved
it's
it.
really good. It's
No,
it's
I'm not even lying. I'm catching up. I'm on like episode 19 or something like that. It is you do work in that. It's good for you all.
It's
I love
nuts.
the voice acting. It's just there's some questionable choices, which is hilarious. It's
the best. It's the best. It's a very fun system. I had a blast with it, and I can't wait to see what we do next year with the new campaign.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it.
That's it.
Bye, y'all.
See you next year. Bye.
later, cat gators.